Jacob 2. Jacob 1.
Alright, so a couple of weeks ago, I overheard a couple of my friends talking about this. And one of them says, I don't understand why Indians get all of that money. We fight all the wars and took over before the French or anyone else did. They should be giving money to the veterans. The other enthused replies, yeah, we gave them the casino. The casino and stuff. We should be getting the money. Now, before we get started, have you ever heard of per capita? Any of you? Raise a hand. Alright. How many of you can honestly say you know what it is?
Halfway.
Alright. Well, per capita, according to Wikipedia, is the mean income of a group of people, or the mean income per person. It can be found by dividing the income amongst the population, in this case, Native Americans. In 2013, an article by the Morning Sun mentions that there are just under 3,800 tribal members. So at 1,000 per person, that would be 38 million per cap check. So that's incredible, right? So where does all this money come from? The money comes from the Soaring Eagle Casino, the Saganing Casino, the RV park, the water park.
Where's the Saganing? Where's the Saganing?
Saganing? It's located further up in like the northeast.
I think it's in Standish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know the Standish Casino. Gotcha.
And so it comes from those sort of institutions, anywhere where we can make an income. It's mostly made up of where people gamble at. That's where most of the money ends up coming from. So if you don't like the way the casino works, you can kind of think of it as an investment into a stock. The casino's the company, and your gambling is the investment. So some people win big, others lose. The people that lose end up making up the dividends that come out to everyone. So they end up making the per cap. It's kind of like a bull market if you want to think about it that way. But if you still don't like gambling, you still don't like that idea, no one forces anyone to sit at a table, at a machine. It's all through will. So when did per cap start? It all started in 1995 when the casino opened. When it first opened, it became immediately popular and prosperous. This in turn brought our returned investment of what we put in for the casino, all of our money that we put together to construct it. This gave us per capita for money to cost, for cost of living and development like education. Now, as you all may know, there's not a whole lot of anything that's free in this world, especially money, if you think about it. So is per cap really free money? Alright, some of you have parents that own businesses, right? Well, if you don't, here's a scenario. Your parents own a large franchise, okay? So owning a large franchise in turn gives you like executive stock. It gives you premium stock in that company. Through a written will or simple gift, they end up giving you that, some of their stock. So you may think that you just got free money from them, but in fact, you're not getting free money at all. You're getting money from dividends that you get from owning the stock, which actually comes from the consumer, which is almost the same as gambling. It's just you're doing it with material possessions. People are buying things so that you get it. So you see, stock is more of a figure of your share instead of what the money, where the money actually comes from the consumers. Technically, anyone who has stock in a 401k, a Roth IRA, or any other investment or retirement portfolio actually receives per capita in the form of dividends from stocks. So kind of let that sink in. Like, think about that. Moving on to some history. Native Americans were known as hunter-gatherers. We were very underdeveloped, whereas the Europeans that took over had advanced technology and education. We were set back by generations in such things as communication, education, transportation, and besides all that, the segregation and racial hostilities between the Europeans and Native Americans kind of like really put us back. It was hard to like cope with all of the changes. A bit further in history, May 28, 1830, Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act. This forced Native Americans off their homes and into designated areas, leading to mass genocide from things like the Trail of Tears, resistance, and starvation, all east of the Mississippi River. On record at the Z-Wing Center, the Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe's final treaty signed with the United States of America in 1855 and 1864 established the Isabella Native American Reservation. This granted us 130,000 acres, around 1,500 individual allotments to each member in all. Unfortunately, the conditions of the land was very poor, and we had delayed annuity payments from the government coming to us, so we were living poorly in poverty. At the time, the Isabella region had numerous white pines that lumber barons seen as a way to make profit, and they ended up swindling us out of our land for a fraction of what they actually cost. So by 1937, only 500 acres of east of Mount Pleasant and a few allotments were left to make up the reservation by then. To make up for the wrongdoings of everything, the annuity payments started kicking in. And so then we were able to, because of this, we were able to combine it with the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act of 1988 to erect the first casino for our tribe. This casino was a means of income a means of revenue for the tribe and economical development, so that we could start to catch up to the other people, like start to catch up to the Europeans. To back that up, as of now, the casino is the biggest employer in the Isabella region, and it gives $64 million annually to the surrounding governments, according to CMCH, cmish.edu webpage. So, not all tribes get money like our tribe does. The per cap payments that we're able to make, we're fortunate to be able to make these payments. Our position here in the middle of the Mint allowed for us to be one of the lucky few to flourish after the construction of the casino. It has a strategic marketing position right here in the center. So because of that, it made it a great popular detours destination. And now we're able to provide things like healthcare, child welfare, and per capita to all of our people. So I hope now that I have informed you of per capita, you are able to understand how it works, where it comes from, what allows it, and why it is available.